Hello and welcome to the New York Comic Con 2017, where we're going to be talking about the Hiro Mashima interview entitled A Chat with Hiro Mashima that took place during the event. Now I'm going to be reading off the interview in my beautiful British voice, so sit back, relax, and listen to everything that Hiro Mashima had to say about his series Fairy Tail and much more. As we began the panel being interviewed by Justin Rojas from Funimation, Hiro Mashima comes out to the stage, cheers out to all of his fans in English. His name's Hiro Mashima, and he's saying, I can't speak much English, but I want to express how grateful I am to see you all here today. After the initial sitting down of the crowd, Justin Rojas sits him down, thanks him very much for Fairy Tail, and saying, owe it to everyone here, he said. And it begins the Q&A session, where he discusses about all kinds of questions revolving around Fairy Tail, Rave Master, and other influences that infected his works. Rumor has it that you never took a weekend off the entire time you were serializing Fairy Tail. Is that true? This is actually true. This is the whole time I was motivated by the fans' voices who are looking forward to the next chapter. First thing that you did when you finished your manga. I did a lot of doodling, as he chuckles. You finished the manga in July, and a few months later you are here in New York in front of thousands of anime fans. How do you feel about being here in New York? I am feeling all of the enthusiasm from all the fans out here, and I'm really enjoying myself. It's not just Fairy Tail. I see a lot of cosplayers from Japanese mangas and anime. Seeing those representations here in New York is really amazing for me. What inspired you to become a mangaka? Back when I was younger, my grandpa had this tendency to collect recycled manga, and I really loved reading them. What I ended up doing was copying some of the character designs. Is there any specific manga that inspired you? When I was younger, I was really into things like Dragon Ball and Kinnikuman. After deciding to become a mangaka, how did you start working with Weekly Shonen Magazine? Back in the day when I was inspiring mangaka in Weekly Shonen Magazine, there was absolutely no manga that had to do with fantasy and adventures and magic, so I thought maybe this is the opportunity to stand out. You're quite a big gamer, Mashima. What have you been playing lately? It's actually something that's been out since a year ago, and I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. Who is your main in Overwatch? Reinhardt. I am not very good at shooting. What were some of the inspirations to creating the world of fantasy, particularly the rules you created around magic? Again, I was inspired by various things. Lots of different manga and video games. All of these components are inspirations to me. There are a lot of unique characters in Fairy Tail. How did you come up with each battle sequence? I wanted to prioritize what readers would be interested in, like if one character fights another, which one would be stronger. This sets me off into making these kinds of fight scenes. You've worked on Fairy Tail for 11 years now. Why end it now? I wanted new challenges. I was actually very sad to say goodbye to her, but I know these characters from Fairy Tail live within all of you guys, so I decided to leave Natsu and the Fairy Tail crew for a while, so I could transition onto doing something new. Did you get the ending you wanted from Fairy Tail? Is that how you always saw Fairy Tail ending? Yes, as he said with excitement. Did you get any feedback from other manga when Fairy Tail ended? There was quite a bit of manga that I considered as like committee, and almost every single one of them contacted me and congratulated me. Some of the artists said that brand new artists got to do their manga now because of this. Do you have any interesting stories behind Rave Master? While I was working on Rave Master, I created this character named Plu, but this character doesn't talk. He can only say Plu, Plu. I realized that when the mascot character doesn't talk, it's really difficult to work with the character. Learning from this lesson, I decided to make a new mascot character, Happy, in Fairy Tail, who is very chatty, but Pikachu is the greatest mascot character of all time. How did you feel when you first heard Fairy Tail was going to be made into an anime? I was extremely happy, but at the same time, I was a little bit worried about it, how it was going to come out, but incredible people were working on the show, so I knew it was going to be a success. Because of the anime, a lot of people got to know about Fairy Tail, not just in Japan, but also over here. How involved were you in the process of adapting the manga into an anime? Since I relied on the animation team and had faith in them, I decided to go completely hands-off with the project. But there's people like the director of the anime that were, please, just check the scripts, see if we've done it right. So I decided to at least take a look at the scripts that they presented to me. In the anime, which arc do you think was the best adapted out of all of them? There are segments where the anime original stories, and there are parts where the characters swap with another personality and bodies, and I personally quite enjoyed that story arc, referring to one of the filler episodes in early episodes of Fairy Tail. Are there any parts of Fairy Tail that are based off any real-life experiences? There's actually quite a bit of those. I am assuming not the body swapping part. I want to experience it. Anyway, it's hard to point out a very specific part, but the guild and friends and how they come together to make a crazy ruckus. That is based on my personal experience from my college days. For example, there are some females that were incredibly strong in drinking alcohol, or sometimes like Urza, they were really scary. Or people like Gray, who just takes their clothes off, like myself when I was younger. Not anymore though, as he chuckles to himself. What character do you think is the best portrayed from the manga to the anime? Happy. Is Happy based on any character in real life though? I actually just really love cats. We've seen you communicate online with fans from the West. Did any one of those discussions with fans across seas influence anything? No. I actually really appreciate the fan feedback, but I try not to get too much in order to write my own story. I still like the interaction with the fans on social media, so I like to do stuff like posting my doodles on my Twitter. Since I started Twitter, I feel like there are many more fans from overseas, so that's when I thought maybe I should put more illustrations and art on my social media so that everybody in the world can enjoy my work. Do you notice a difference between the fans in the West and in the East? I think fans in general are similar, but at the same time I feel the fans over here are so cheerful for creators like me being on a stage. In Japan, even if there's one person going, yeah, this is fun, everyone just kind of stands there and shakes their head. I'm assuming the Exceeds are cats just because you like cats, is that true? I love cats of course, but these cats have wings, so they're actually quite unique cats. Which one of the Exceeds would you personally want as a pet or a friend? Froach, he is really super cute. If you were a wizard, what power of magic would you use? The magic that could turn one day into 48 hours instead of 24. If there were 48 hours in a day, I could draw way much more manga. What's next now that Fairy Tail is done? I honestly can't talk too much about the next story that I'm working on. I'm taking a break right now. I'm already thinking about the plot for the next series and hopefully I can start it sometime soon. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to your fans before the panel ends? I got to continue writing the story of Fairy Tail because of your support. Even when I made these new series, I will make sure that you guys go, wow, oh my god, I will make it very exciting. So I hope you guys will look forward to my next series. From the bottom of all my heart, thank you ever so much. Even though this was the ending of the panel with Justin Rojas asking the questions, there were actually a bunch more questions that a lot of the fans got to answer him to as well, and the Hiro Mashima answered them as well, provided by Kondansha's Twitter. Adding some very interesting facts to know about the series and some of the stuff that we actually didn't know about the series originally. Hiro Mashima stating that originally planned for Fairy Tail to only be 10 volumes, but thanks to the love from the fans, it was developed into a much more longer series. One of the characters that he really didn't expect to be a popular character and was only supposed to be in the series for a very brief appearance was Mavis, and that was one of the reasons that she stayed in the story even though she was only supposed to be in the Tenro Island arc. Is there any Fairy Tail moments you're really proud of or proud of the exact way that they turned out? And he says the Tenrojima arc. When talking about how he does his entire weekly schedule of drawing manga, Sunday he works on the storyboarding and the rough sketches, Tuesday he'll work on the pencil work, Wednesday to Saturday he'll work on the pages and color illustrations. When asked if this is his third time visiting New York, is there anything you're really looking forward to this time? He explains, I want to study a lot more English as I'm not very good with it at the moment. When fans got a chance to ask some questions to Hiro Mashima, this is what some of the questions they had to say. Is there a fight you particularly enjoy drawing in Fairy Tail? Hiro Mashima explains, the fight with Hades during the entire fight of the Tenrojima arc. He also explains as well for someone asking how he can become a manga like him. He explains if you start drawing when you're younger, you'll improve a lot more than if you start drawing later. So it's very good now to start drawing. Also explained that he listens to the fans' feedback every week and bases off that feedback, he would speak with his editors to see where exactly they should take the story for the next couple of chapters of the arc. Even explained though that one of the most important things is to finish your manga to the very end. Don't give up, just continue to work on your story. And for advice to keep writing and get out of the writer's block, he also tries to suggest taking a break. Try something you've never tried before, maybe this might help. If you can envision yourself finishing your project, that will be your biggest asset. Is there anything that you're looking forward to including in your next project? Love, as Hiro Mashima exclaims. How closely do you work with the English localization of Fairy Tail? I have meetings with the Japanese staff who work with the English editors of the series. Since you've been to France before, do you have any French food recommendations? Whenever I go to France, I always have cheese fondue. It's the best. Mashima also explains how he does his art style is that he does pencil and inking in traditional media, however he does do digital coloring illustrations for Fairy Tail. And with the ending of all the questions, everyone, including Hiro Mashima, was able to do the traditional Fairy Tail like sign mark and all that with everyone on there, making him extremely happy. And that concludes the Fairy Tail interview over and at the New York Comic Con. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you want to see more of these and any other authors as well about this. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Thank you as always, and I'll see you guys though next time.